Today, I'm going to be getting into something new, literally. At the beginning of this month, I decided I wanted to read some new authors. So I'm going to be sharing with you 6 books by 6 authors that are new to me. So if you're into reading new authors or just first impressions, this one's for you. So let's get into it. My name is Raquel. Welcome and welcome back. First, we're going to start with Disrespectfully Relic by Antoinette Sherrill. And I have heard of Antoinette Sherrill. I've actually wanted to read some of her work. I saw Savvy when it was first out. I wanted to read it, but it got away from me somehow. But now I am into Disrespectfully Relic. I have made a couple of videos here lately that have him in it in some kind of way. That is because I enjoyed this book. This book was so different for me. I'm not sure that I've ever read a book like this. I believe it's character driven, and not, I don't mean that I've never read a book that was character driven. I'm just saying that this book is unique in some way to me. I haven't quite figured out how, but it is very unique. There is a part in the book where they use chess to describe a situation. And I love that. Like, that part of the book just really had me in awe. Don't ask me why. I'm not a chess player. I know how to play, not good enough to beat anybody, but I know what the pieces do and how to move them. But that really had me in awe for some reason. It's a really fast-paced book. I like her writing, and I found out that Relic is actually a part of the, what is it called? The Art of Hood Love series, which is the one with Savvy in it. And so, because he is a part of that series, it looks like I'm going to be spinning a block and going back to read The Art of Hood Love. Um, I would recommend this book to anybody who is into urban fiction. I love it. I love the main female character because she is just, you're not finna play her, period. That's it. It's not happening. I like Relic too. I wouldn't want to meet him in the dark. I wouldn't want to meet him in the daytime. Not in real life, but on paper, I love him. And let's see. The next book is Hard Loving Straight Thuggin', and this one is by S. Yvonne. Now, I've seen S. Yvonne as well. I've heard about her books, and I came across Hard Loving Straight Thuggin', and it gave me kind of some Nicole Jackson vibes. You guys know I love me some Nicole Jackson, but it kind of gave me some of that. And I was pulled in from page one. I was definitely sucked in. It turns out to be really good. I saw the the cover. Okay, so this book has an original cover. Now it has a new cover. I saw the original cover, and I don't think I would have chose it based on the cover had she not changed the cover. And so that kind of says to me that I probably should not pick books based on the cover. But then the only other thing it leaves is the title. So it's got to be, a really good title. Um, but this book was so good. It is a 3-book series. I've read 2 of the 3, and that should tell you something already, because normally, if the book is good, it doesn't mean I have to read book 2 because the book is good. If it's good, I could stop at book 1. But this one, I've already read book 2, And I cannot wait to see what's going to happen in book 3, because I kind of feel like she's already wrapped everything up. But my curiosity has got me wondering, what the heck is she going to be talking about in book 3? So I'm really looking forward to book 3. And I think that this is true to urban fiction. I would love to read some more of her books. As a matter of fact, I am going to go back and read some more of her books. So these two were definite pluses to me. I am definitely going to go back and get into some more of their work. So the next book is Heavy is the Crown by Ivy Simone. I enjoyed this book. Ivy Simone, I looked through her catalog and I cannot wait to get to Crushed. This was another one that pulled me in from the beginning. I have been seeing Ivy Simone forever. I don't know why I've never read any of her books, but like this one was this one was great. It gave you all the story. I don't even know if they have any. I cannot really remember any spice in this book. I'm not saying there isn't any. I'm just simply saying I cannot remember any. The story I enjoyed a lot. Now, it did not pull me in from the very beginning. It pulled me in enough that once I put it down, I knew that I was going to go back and pick it up, but it didn't pull me in to the point where I could not put it down. I think I read like maybe 1 or 2 chapters. I put it down and I went to something else, and then I came back to it. It ends on a cliffhanger. Just luckily for me that um, the part 2 came out like maybe a day or two after I had downloaded the book. I cannot wait to see what's going to happen in book 2. So this is another one that I know I'm going to read because I'm really, really invested in the story. I have to see what's going to happen to these characters. I can see them in my mind's eye when I'm reading this book. It is awesome. I love it. The next book is Sweetest by Madam Wise. And I have also heard of Madam Wise. Um, I have just, seen books here and there. I don't know if I've ever heard anybody talk about her books, but I have definitely, come across some of her books. And so I said, okay, let's try it. So there's this book she has called Draco. And I wanted to read Draco because if you have seen that cover, I am attracted to the cover. And I just looked through her catalog and I came across Sweetest. Now that is a beautiful cover. I like the way this cover looks, so I decided to do this first. I figure if I like Sweetest, then I'll go on to Draco. Because when I read the synopsis with Draco, I was kind of like, yeah. I mean, not that it was bad or anything. It just kind of really almost it didn't feel like a book for me, but I want to read it because of the cover. So I said, okay, let's read Sweetest. And if this is good, then I can comfortably move on to Draco. Sweetest is categorized as urban fiction. However, I would probably call it an urban erotica. And eroticas are not my thing. I don't mind spice, but I don't want the book to be overwhelmed with spice. This book is about 87 pages, and if I just had to gather up all the spice, it would probably be 30 to 40 pages. So that's almost half the book. Too much for me. The story itself, it was a good story, but once I got into the story, the story pulled me in from page 1. It was good. But once I got into the story and then it got to the spice, it started to go downhill for me. and it's only 87 pages, so it really didn't have time to bring me back or pull me back in. So I did not care for the book. I did read it, but I did not really wholeheartedly care for the book. So after I read it, I went back to Draco because, of course, I want to read this book. So I started reading Draco, and I think within the first couple of pages, they start talking about going to see a palm reader. And I was like, okay, so this is not the book for me. I DNF Draco. And I, because of the palm reading, I'm not into that kind of thing. I probably won't go back to it. But hopefully, sometime in the future, she will write a book that I would want to read. You know, I mean, hopefully, I love the covers. Man, I am a cover whore. If I love the cover of the book, guarantee I'm going to try to read it. Even if I don't wind up reading it, I am going to try and read it because I am a very visual person. So the the next book is Fumbled by El Medeiros. El Medeiros. And I have never heard of El Medeiros, but I have heard of Fumbled. I have seen this being talked about quite a bit, and I've heard that it is a good book. And so I love a good sports romance. So I went ahead and started to read it. So let me just say this. I am not done with Fumbled. I think it's Fumbled Forever, Fumbled into Forever. I'm not done with it, but I am about 25% in, and it's got me. I like it. I feel like I'm going to like it more as it goes on. I like the writing. I like the detail. I like what she's talking about. So I like the book so far. It is interesting. I like the kind of flirty back and forth the two main characters have. I think this is probably, that I can remember, the first sports romance that I've read where they are actually speaking on the game. So there's a part in so far where I'm reading, there's a part where they are literally like telling about the game, like throwing the ball and catching it and running and different things like that. Like most of the times when I read a sports romance, you know that this person is a tennis player, a football player, a basketball player, and either they won or they didn't win, or you're at the game, but you don't ever really hear any commentary about the game. And so that was a thing that I enjoyed about this. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not into football at all. I can't even follow the ball. But I do like the fact that because it is a sports romance, that they did actually add some sports into it, you know. So that I really loved about it. I think I really do believe that I am going to enjoy this book immensely. And I did not look up El Medeiros and see what else she has. I know that this is a 2-book series, and because I am such a sports fan fanatic for romance and sports, I will probably check out the second book just to see what it's about. And hopefully, I want to read it because I'm always looking for a great book. A 5-star book is, I'm like uh, always on the hunt for a 5-star. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. And I need to hurry up with this video so I can get back to it. And then my 6th book, which is Legendborn. Now, I know that seems like it's out in left field, which it is. So I have never read a fantasy book, and I want to. I love the movie or the TV series True Blood. It is one of my all-time favorite series. I loved Lord of the Rings. I have seen True Blood and Lord of the Rings, and um, the Underworld, the movie with the vampires and the werewolves. Those 3 I have seen multiple times over and over and over again. I love those shows. So in my head, I think I would love fantasy. I just have not found a book that will draw me in. So I got Legend Born. Finally, I put it on Libby. I think I waited like, oh my God, it's been over a month. I posted it on one of my community tabs, and I got the book. uh, Initially, I got the audio and I listened to it, and I was just kind of like, waiting for something to draw me in. Didn't happen. I got the book and didn't work. So I grabbed my teenager and I said, hey, come read this book with me. It's fantasy, which you like, and it's YA. So let's read this book. And so we went in, we started to read it. We were going back and forth with chapters. Um, and when we got like part ways into chapter 3, my child was just like, stop. And I was like, what's wrong? I am not interested in this book. I cannot read this book because I am not interested. I'm sorry, I'm just not. And I was like, it's okay because I'm not interested either. And so, of course, I sent it back and I could not. Everybody's talking about how great this book is, and I could not get with it. So, I DNF'd that as well as Draco. If you've read any of these books, and let me know what you thought of them. If you have any books that you think are 5 stars, you think I should read, drop them in the comments. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Until next time, see you soon.